guys. Long time no see.
We got an Elizabeth in
How's
here.
it going out there in the world? Everybody doing good?
Waiting for the answers.
Waiting for the answers. Oh, are there questions?
No, just responses. Well, how is everybody doing?
Oh, gotcha.
We're doing fine, Liz. Thank you for asking.
I'll wait for the live chat to come through. It's right up here.
Well, I'm glad to have you back.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
glad to have you back.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out today. Is actually something I know about. Inlays.
Yeah.
So I can direct today.
Well, Wednesday, we blocked the seat in, got it all set up. What else did we do? I burnished the edges on the skirts.
Oh, and then we did some retooling on the fenders.
Oh, yeah, you watched me trace the pattern on the fenders. I don't know if I cut the pattern or not, but you watched. But anyway, today the seat's all blocked in and dried and ready. We're going to cut out our seat and try to put our inlay in.
All right.
So let's do it.
Have they seen your inlay yet?
Yeah, they've seen
Okay.
what we're going to use, yeah. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, I bet it's real awkward to cut that inlay out with your seat all
Yeah, but
wonker-jawed,
Whopper
Yeah.
John?
whopper-doodled.
Whopper
but
dude.
let's just try it. The only way to do it is just to wade in and
You got a real
Dude.
nice head there, Denny.
That's okay. We're getting there.
I can't help that. You guys are going to have to work around me here.
Yeah, we're not trying to mess this up. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine this. Maybe I shouldn't talk. All my inlays typically I'm cutting out of thin leather. Not saddle skirting.
And not with that amount of tooling.
Yeah. I can accomplish a pretty good border these days. That's about what I get. Can't watch this.
You have to.
You keep watching, Denny. I'm gonna not watch. Where's my dog?
Got that part without much of an incident. She was serious. She can't watch.
No, you slipped that one time and that drove her away. That's all she could take.
Trying to tear my shirt off. That was close.
I
We
tell
made
you
it
what,
though.
You didn't show them, but you probably stropped the crap out of that knife.
Yes, I did. Oh, I did. But it didn't take much.
That's because you keep all your tools nice and sharp.
Yeah.
You need a little
And
Dremel.
Sean Woodson made a knife that didn't need much.
That's right. Go, Sean! That's an ad for Sean right there.
Yeah.
You should clip that and send him that clip and be like, you can use this in your marketing for your knives.
Yeah, this is what
We'll allow it.
We'll allow it. It cuts. With the caption, it cuts.
mean, if he hasn't gotten any business off of these videos yet, we talked about him
Have you
more than
been?
we talked about Herman Oak probably.
Well, you know, I wasn't really familiar with him
No.
until Sheridan.
Yeah.
But now I'm seeing his name everywhere.
Are you?
Yeah,
Well, good. He deserves it. He's a nice guy too.
yeah, he's a nice guy and an excellent knife maker. He was a farrier.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
We showed up to a hammer-in at Ray Rybar's house last, like, February or March. We went out to Arizona and we went to a hammer-in and he was there. And we had just seen him like the year before at Sheridan. And we're looking at this guy, Chris and I are looking at this guy and we're like, we know you. Like, where do we know you from? And finally he recognized Chris because everybody recognizes Chris anymore.
That's a big guy.
Yeah, and so we got to chatting with him, and he's from that area, and he went to Ray's Hammer-In because he's a knife maker, and so he's doing a knife thing. But I just thought, I was like, this is a small world.
That's cool. Yeah, on Facebook, he just built himself a new shop. I guess they're moving,
Okay.
and so he built himself a new shop, and he's been showing progress on that and all that.
I guess maybe it was actually the other way around. We saw him at the Hammer-In, and then later was the Sheridan show, and we were set up across the aisle, and we were just like, we know, like, you're familiar. Nice, Denny, you did a great job.
Thanks.
Cutting through 1/4-inch leather.
We're gonna save this cutout, Denny.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a part of the fender light.
Okay.
The fender light.
Yep.
What's a fender light?
It's a light made out of fenders.
Oh, the saddle fenders.
Yeah.
The lamp
Oh,
that we're
the
gonna
lamp.
do. Okay. Now I'm gonna sand this down even more.
Yeah, you guys are about to watch a lot of sanding today.
Yeah, because once I put the inlay in there, I can't do much else with this little hole that I made.
Yeah. A lot of hole prep.
Yep. You gotta slick it out.
You need a smooth groove.
Smooth groove.
We get to judge Denny edge finishing today.
Okay. Now I'm gonna bevel this edge. I'm using a number 2 Western beveler.
Oh, I suppose you're not using that piece of leather for your thing because you're going to use the padding. You don't need that piece of leather
Yes.
for your inlay.
Right. The padding is gonna be the inlay.
Right.
Or the inlay is gonna be the padding. What?
But you should probably use it to cut out. Do you
Yeah.
use it to cut out your padding? And then cut a little bit smaller?
Yes, that's what I'm gonna use to cut out the
It's
padding.
sitting over here waiting.
I don't like that much.
Now, where your buns come together, you got a little pocket for a hamburger patty right in there.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to bevel where your pieces come together.
Yeah, that's
Because then you just have to sand it out.
Yeah, that makes a hamburger pocket.
Yeah, we don't want hamburger pockets. I almost feel like that's a hot dog pocket. How's that a hamburger pocket? You can put a hot dog in there. You ain't gonna put a hamburger in there.
Smooth your slots and slick your edges and make a place for a hot dog pocket.
Yeah, I'm gonna dampen this edge and then sand it some more.
That's gonna look good. Have you been testing your antiques yet, Denny?
No, I haven't, but I've kind of decided
Yeah?
I'm gonna do a medium brown because that'll contrast nicely with that color.
Okay.
I was wanting to do like a Sheridan brown or that saddle tan,
Yeah.
but
you're
there's
like,
too
this
much
is-
red in those for that, I
Yeah.
think.
I do feel like I remember the medium brown being more in the yellow spectrum,
Yeah.
like on the browns.
Yeah.
And you don't want a red brown.
I'm gonna buck stitch this on
What?
with this color.
All right. Is that just natural?
Yeah, this is a natural. So when I antique it, it'll kind of take whatever color that I put on it.
Ooh, buddy. Yee, buddy.
And that'll probably happen today, at least part of it. At least the buck stitching will.
Now, is buck stitching a normal way, or do most
Oh.
people stitch it?
It's easier to stitch it. You put it on a machine and go whack, 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 whack. You know. But buck stitch, I like the buck stitch. I think it looks good.
I'm trying to think if we saw any buck stitch seats when we were at Sheridan this year.
I've seen Keith Seidel has buck stitched to Inlay before. I've seen, and I'm sure other people have.
But did we see one this year?
No,
Okay. Good call. Out of the box.
out of the box. Yeah.
Chris told us we needed to be out of the box.
Extra credit.
Extra credit.
I'll probably lose credit. I said, what in the heck did you do that for? There used to be a place in Brighton, Colorado called Brighton Feed and Farm Supply, and a guy named Roger Algers was the owner of that, and I knew him since I was in Grand Junction because he used to come by our shop and look for antiques and stuff to hang up in his
All right.
store. And then he started holding like an invitational saddle show later, and he had all the big names that came there. But I had made a saddle, a full flower stamp saddle, and I couldn't sell it where I was. So I said, Roger, would you sell this for me? And he said, well, yeah. And then he started asking me how much I wanted for it, and I told him, and I went through the whole deal why I charged this much. And I had dyed the background,
Okay.
and I wanted however much money for it. And he said, why in the world did you ever dye the background? I said, because I wanted to, and it looks cool.
Because it's your art, and you're going to do it the way you want to.
That's right. Okay, that ought to be sanded pretty good. Wait it a little more and put some saddle soap on it.
It's real nice when you got a nice, clean piece of leather that's not real flaky. It's not mushy. Nice, firm.
Yeah.
You didn't make multiple cuts. You don't have weird things to sand over.
Yeah, that's right.
It just makes it go so much better.
I need a paper towel.
Yeah, I used to think for my welts and stuff that I was like, oh, I could use like a flaky piece of leather, you know, I can do this. But then it just makes finishing the edges so much harder. It makes stitching so much harder because then you have all this give when you're trying to get the awl through the leather, and you're just pushing the fibers away because
All
they're
that
so flaky.
loose grain,
oh
yeah.
my goodness. Yeah, and I was like, all right, well, no more of that. I'm just making my life harder, making my edge
Yeah.
look worse.
Yeah.
Now, if you can find a nice tight piece of split or something to do a welt out of,
Mhm.
then that's great. But gave up on belly welts.
Jelly welts. That's almost as good as a hamburger pocket. A jelly welt. All right, let's see how this does. Does wonderfully. Okay. That's pretty good. So cut this out. I'm going to use this to cut it out instead of that
The inlay.
the inlay that I cut out.
Does it matter if this side is poking up over here?
Well, not really. I just want to make sure I'm taking all this, got all this curve here.
Hold on, Lo. Hold your thought.
Don't let it go.
I'll
Hold
drink
on to it.
coffee.
Okay.
I stepped up this camera. There's a lot of legs down here on the floor. Gotta watch out for.
It's a trick. That's Go for it.
All right. This is just a 1/4 inch real dense foam that I'm using. This stuff is hard for us to get anymore too.
Did we figure it out? I feel like maybe we finally figured it out. I'm not 100% on that though.
See how frugal I was with that? Yeah. Okay, I'll wait for you to get back, Tony.
Pretty good. Keep going.
All right. Now, I'm just going to cut this out with this very sharp knife. Put it the right direction.
Put a T for top.
I do need to mark it. Good idea. T. All right. Now, I've got our beautiful piece of
So is
Caiman
this
here.
a single layer of foam?
yes, just one layer. I want it to be basically flush with this, and a 1/4 inch piece of foam is about the same as this, so it'll be flush.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be sticking up real high or down real low, because then it'll make a lump under your butt.
Nobody wants a lumpy butt.
No one wants a lumpy butt. That's worse than a hamburger pocket. Okay, come here and help me figure this out. You're the design expert. Should this be the front of the seat or this?
Well, why don't we put it in there and see which way we like best? I feel like this might be better at the back.
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's put it in there.
Let's
Hang
put it
on.
in there. All right. Tail out of there. Yeah.
Like that?
Run it up the back. Yep.
Okay. Do we want some of this real small stuff up at the front? Or do you want it all, like basically this stuff here? Because I think I have room for all this.
I think we should do this whole thing. You got like a little pinhole right here.
Yeah, I
So-
made that so I could find my center.
Oh, okay.
That was.
But I think, but look, like this scale right here feels real, and I like it kind of right at the back of the butt.
At the back of the butt. Okay, let me hold it like this then.
Okay.
Right there is the back of the butt. This is the top, so I want to put it upside down.
You got it. You got it, Tony. You're a good hustler.
This is This is how this goes. I haven't been here back here for a lot of them, but
I feel like we need another camera over here, just like watching you do this.
yeah. Put that in the picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
Alright, got that. Now I want to give myself about an inch or so around, all the way around. Alright, I'm getting ready to cut this dude. Hope this little gator appreciates dying for this.
Me too. I hope when he was alive, he was thinking, man, I look real good as a saddle seat.
Yeah, I want to be in this.
I want to be a saddle seat in a saddle tan color. Saddle tan, saddle seat.
It'll be all saddle.
There's a nice inlay right there for something.
He said that corn husker is going to look real good when he rides me.
You can put
For
that
a
in the
corn
jockey
hucking
pocket. Denny.
Jockey pocket.
Yeah, you can put that in the jockey
You
pocket.
can have the baby scales in the jockey pocket.
Now then, I'm going to cement those two together.
I like how you're like, I'm going to need to glue my inlay anyway, so I might as well get my excess glue on my inlay.
That's right. That's right.
No glue wasted.
Plus, I want to get this edge because I want that inlay to kind of fold down over that edge.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like whenever you get your inlay done and that like curve is just perfect.
I don't know why I put that up.
I'm glad you glued that T-side.
Me too. It's a good thing Liz marked that for me.
Yeah.
Good thing she came to hang out today.
I've been missing my video days. All I have to do now is work.
Your TV time.
That's the pits. Yeah, I don't get my hang out with Denny time.
Yeah. And today, Tony and I were talking about this earlier. This is normally trading card day.
Oh, it is. Oh, speaking of trading cards, next time we do a trading card, they have to be Chevy specific cards. We need to make him some good ones. He sent us all those fancy ones forever ago, and we never did anything. We never even sent him regular ones.
Well, okay.
So we
talk
gotta
about him all the time, though.
we gotta do some extra special Chevy cards. send him a sample. Make Denny you could finger carve the end.
Here's what your seat
anyway.
will look like.
Here's a seat sample. You can make it out of saddle skirting. Put a little foam in there.
Be like a stress card.
I feel like that's what I should do.
A stress release card? Yeah, that'd be fun. Alright, done. That's the August trading card.
Ugh, it's already August.
Not quite. Give it a few days here. I can't believe how fast time passes by.
That foam just soaked that glue right up.
Yeah. So did this. I hope it doesn't show through. It doesn't. Even if it did when it dries, it would.
Yeah.
I don't think it would show.
You don't think you need a second layer on this seat?
No.
I guess it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. You're gonna sit on it. It can't get away from
It's
your
gonna
hind
keep
end.
compacting.
Yeah, I think we talked about that earlier. If your seat starts to come off, you're riding the horse wrong.
You're riding the horse upside down.
Yeah.
I think I will help it dry. It sticks good on my fingers.
Got a good tack. Ooh, buddy.
Well, I'm gonna take it back off and cement this off the saddle. I just wanted to see if it was
Does it fit?
gonna. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's gonna fit. We're gonna make it fit.
That foam gives a lot more than a piece of saddle skirting does, so that's nice.
By far. By far. it real close to this. Oh, I don't want to get over. Fairly close. All right, now you can do this one.
Okay.
We were talking about serial killers.
Yeah.
Of course.
We mentioned it anyway.
Yeah.
There's a girl hitchhiking and a guy picked her up in his car. And they were driving down the road and he said, pretty soon he said, "Aren't you afraid I might be a serial killer or something like that?" She said, "Ah," she said, "what are the chances of two of us being in the same vehicle at the same time?"
I love it. I'm gonna remember that response.
Next time I get picked up by a serial killer.
I'm kind of getting excited about rearranging my shop. I'm gonna turn my bench this way.
That's what Tony was saying yesterday.
And we're gonna move this table back on
I
this
wonder if we can
side.
get it moved this weekend, so I don't have to move it back and forth.
I will do my, well, the thing is, they've gotta move that to,
It's a face hole.
It's a face hole.
it's a frame.
Oh, look at it. Well, wasn't that what we were talking? Oh, we were talking about that when we first cut it out. Remember, it was like for a deer head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Turns out it's just for Liz head.
Just my face.
All right. Stark Leather said they are related to a serial killer.
Oh, really?
Congratulations.
Well, yeah.
Whenever someone makes a serial killer joke about me, I just say it runs in the family.
You have no idea.
I mean, the name like Stark and Tony over here.
Oh yeah. You
feel
saved the
very
world.
Iron Man. It's the only one I know. My nephew called me Tony Stark.
Okay, do we need to change cameras?
Turns out I've already done it.
As it happens to
I
turn
feel
out.
like this pushes it down more when we got it all tucked in where it's supposed to go. Gotta put your scallops in their spots.
Let me get back over on the table.
Yeah, did you guys know that things that aren't flat
Have curve.
have curves?
Like the world?
Oh, we're gonna start a flat Earth.
We
discussion.
totally
Yeah.
don't live on a globe. That's silly.
Flat Earth
Columbus
Society.
didn't know what he was doing.
The Flat Earth Society, there's members all around the world.
That's across the world.
I like that. It's pretty good.
You never know unless you give it a shot, Stark. Hopefully we can get some mini saddles so people can give their hand at that.
Only have to use one side of leather for a mini saddle.
You can use scraps, really.
Just build a mini along with your big one.
Yeah.
I don't know though. You use pretty much everything. I don't think there'd be enough pieces for scraps.
All right,
Look
there we
at
go.
that beauty.
Now, I get to punch the holes. See, after I lace it together, I'll pull this. This is a little bit long. 'Cause you can't see my edge here, but I'll fix that as I lace it.
Just scrunch it down.
Yeah. In fact, I'll do it right now. Because I can't wait.
Cause I can't wait.
He knows if he doesn't do it now, he'll forget.
I think one of my favorite sayings is that circles are bigger on the outside than they are on the inside.
Yeah. That's right.
You know, like a car. That's why whenever people race around racetracks, they switch between the lower tracks and the higher tracks because, or like the people on the outside of the circle start farther forward in running because the outside of the circle is bigger than the inside of the circle.
Further
Olympics, we're getting ready to watch it.
I know.
Opening ceremonies tonight. 6:30 Central for those that are interested.
Yeah, France is about to have a lot of fun.
All right.
I hope there's not too much poo in the sin.
Time to punch holes. I think.
Man, Denny, of all the things that you have, you need a saddle-shaped, like, polyboard in a seat shape so that you can punch onto a...
Good idea. Have we got one?
You got a heat gun?
So. Yeah.
You got a heat gun? Let's shape it around your tree.
All right. I'm going to mark this one a little better.
Ugh. Ugh. You need some long chisels for this son of a
This will
gun.
work. These Osbornes, I already tested them. They'll work. Okay. Now, really, this time I'm going to. I'm done messing around.
That's not true.
Sorta. Luna, you forgot all about this, didn't you?
She left already.
Away she goes. I know I almost left her in the office, but then Ryan and Justin were doing something in there that involved a hammer, and she came right back out.
Gotta make sure I go all the way through. See how I altered a 3-prong punch
you.
into a 2?
Is that what you're doing this morning?
Yeah.
Alright, kids. I'm gonna go get some orders filled. Have fun buck stitching.
See ya. Thanks for joining me. All right, we made it. I think it's break time.
All right.
All right, are we ready?
All right, we got our holes punches. Let's get to our lace.
All right, I'm gonna thread a piece of lace here where you guys can see how I do it.
Go that way a little bit toward you. Or just
Towards
hang out.
me?
Yeah, just hang out right there. Yep, go right there.
Okay. I just kind of skived the end of mine off a little bit so it doesn't have such a lump out there. Your lace, you always want the grain side or the smooth side to go towards the prongs on these 2-prong needles. Sometimes it's simple, sometimes it's not. After I get the needle on there, I always mash it down. I try not to use a steel hammer because if you use a steel hammer against those prongs, it dulls the prongs and then it won't stay on the needle very well. So, let's just start buck stitching this dude.
Rolling away.
Roll. All right. Get things out of my own way here. I think I'm going to start right in the center in the back here. Now I've got a 50-50 chance of coming out exactly right. It's not a real good chance, but it's not a real bad chance.
It's about 50-50.
About 50-50, yeah. And if I'd start from the right direction, that would help too. Okay, I'll tell you one thing I'm going to do here in just a minute. I'm going to go through and stretch these holes a little bit. Okay. Now I'll lace a little and then I'll stretch a few more. It generally takes about 2.5 times the length of your stitch line, your lace line in lace. So if I was lacing 12 inches, I would probably want to do like 2.5 feet of lace. That might be a little too much, and I just missed a hole there.
How dare you?
That's what I get for talking. Now I use kangaroo lace. You can use whatever you want, but kangaroo always lays a little bit better. It's a little stronger, easier to use. Some projects are easier to lace than others. This is kind of a hard one because it's awkward. There's no way to hold it real well. So just take your time and think of your happy place.
You think you can talk and lace at the same time without messing up again?
A little bit, yeah.
Chad had a question of why we're doing all this part before we're doing any of the dyeing.
Because there are so many more parts and more steps to do. If I dyed it first, it would be hard for me to do this because this needs to be cemented down before I do the antique on it, because I've got to tool this back in. I can't do that till I cement this down. So
Yeah.
we're just waiting until the very end, and we're gonna antique the whole thing.
We haven't tooled our swells at all either.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be able to do it all at once. You know, that's not to say that you can't do it a little at a time as you go. But I would certainly rather do it all at once. That way I get to the same type of job on everything. It's like when I do the same thing when I'm tooling something, you know. I'll bevel one whole side, and then I'll bevel the other whole side. Then I'll do my thumbprint on one side, and then I'll switch over to the other side and do that. If you can do all parts that you're going to do at one time, you end up with a more even job. Or I do anyway. I don't know. I'm sure there's people that'll disagree with me, but they aren't building this one. I am. When I'm done, if you think I've done wrong, then you can tell me. No, I take that back. You can't tell me. Hurt my feelings.
I didn't know you had any.
Stretch a few more holes here. When you start doing this, you think, man, this is going to take forever. And it doesn't go real fast, but just be persistent.
It's faster than double loop lacing.
Yeah.
It'd be really hard to double loop lace this.
Yeah.
Just antique, right? No dyed background on this one.
I am going to dye the background.
You are dyeing the background on
Yes.
this one?
Well, that's my plan right now. I could change my plan at any moment, though. But that's what I had in mind, was the guy in the background.
Wow. News happening right now. Sabotage hits France's rail lines as the Olympics begins.
I forgot where I was here. I was going this way. Did you hear about the thermal feature in Yellowstone blew
I did
up?
see that. Did you see the video of it?
No.
So I'll see if I can find it here and I'll show it to you. But the people were standing out on the walkway, like looking at it,
Mm-hmm.
and it blew up, and they're like watching it, going, "Whoa!" And then they saw the pieces of the roof
Rocks
flying
and
around, and then they start running back the other way.
Wow. Yeah, that would be pretty awe-inspiring to see that.
From a distance.
Yeah, those thermal features are neat anyway, but boy, to see one explode like that could be the last thing you ever see. Who knows?
Biscuit Basin,
I don't remember where that is.
Yellowstone.
Yeah. Is it in the United States?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, on the western side of the United States. Other side of the Rockies. Well, close to the Rockies.
Yeah.
Maybe right in the middle of
It's part of the Rockies, yeah. Pretty close to Jackson Hole. When my wife and I first got married, we took a trip out west and went to Yellowstone and then on to Jackson Hole, or to Glacier.
Yeah.
But we were going to go to, everyone has to go see Old Faithful, you know. I mean, that's the most famous geyser in the world, I'd say. And we went, but there were like thousands of people. But there's this trail you could go up on the other side of this thing and climb up this mountain and get there and sit there and watch it from up above, which is cool. But she said, let's go on and do that, because I thought, okay, we'll just take a walk over there and do it. Well, it was like climbing Mount Everest, you know.
Right.
Probably like you when you there in Manitou Springs when you climbed that incline.
Yeah.
But she just ran off and left me, and I was sitting there with my tongue dragging the ground. I had dirt and grit all over my tongue.
Yeah. Here you go. Watch this. Oh,
Oh, wow.
look at him.
Wow. You know, we better get out of here. I think I'll leave. Wow.
And then there
Wow,
was.
look at those big old rocks coming
Yeah.
down, too.
Look at how big those are.
That's like a bomb explosion. Only worse.
Yeah, let me show you this other one from the USGA or USGS. Look at that.
Wow. Man alive.
Yeah.
closing in on halfway. Not quickly, but we are.
You'll have half done. The only problem is you got half to go.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say my seat is half done. You can say I've got another half to go if you want to.
I'm an optimist and a
Yes.
pessimist.
Yes.
So how full is your glass, Denny?
Half.
Half full?
Alright, I'm gonna add my lace right here. I don't need that much. I'm gonna make sure I got plenty. Well, I sure had trouble pulling that lace out.
Pulling up so you got a tag?
Yeah, I'm going to show you the bottom of it here in just a second. Yeah, now I got two long tags there. Go through here and make my loop.
Hold on.
Got my loop there, and I'm sticking both of these tag ends through that loop. Right like that. Clip these off. Not real short. I'm just going to clip them off and leave plenty. Huh?
Think those gonna glue any down?
No,
No.
I don't need to glue it. I just tap that flat, that way there won't be a big lump there. After I'm done, I'll tap everything flat. But
Tap it all. How's the 50-50 looking?
I don't know yet. I'll tell you right here. Out, in, out. Well, I'm gonna have 2 exposed laces on the back. It came out exactly wrong, but it'll still work out where it won't look
Exactly wrong.
Exactly wrong.
50-50 is
Because
now 0.
I started in the correct spot, so I'll make it where I meant to do that. I did mean to do it, I just didn't mean for it to come out like it did. But I didn't have a choice. Unless I wanted to count lace holes all the way around. But see here, I'm coming out here.
Yeah, it
so
would've
I'm
been-
going to go back in this hole, that way I'll have 2 closed holes there.
Stupid prongs on this one being a pain. Yeah, it'd have been better if you would have gone in that hole than you would have been.
Well, but I couldn't because then I'd have a tag end on the outside.
Oh.
But that's okay. It's gonna work out fine. Because it's right there on that point. See, I just got 2 of them right there, but it's right in the center.
Yep.
So, I've got a choice. I can either put a little point on this.
Just tucking those under the first loop you made.
Yeah. One of them anyway. The other one I'll tuck in the other direction. This one in this side. Okay, let me get my bench iron over here. I'll tap all these flat. Ready?
Ready.
There we go. Okay. Back over here. And I'm going to set it back on there. And that's all there is to that. And that's all I'm going to do on it today. Tomorrow, I'm going to glue this back down and try and get this back cantle trimmed, the cantle binding trimmed out, and fit the actual binding on it tomorrow. But for today, that's it.
That's what we got. Seat inlay for this video, and then on Wednesday next week we're gonna start tooling the swells.
I'm going to set the seat permanently. And cement the back part of it here so it's set permanently. Cement this all down, get it trimmed off, get these 2 ear holes filled in, and try to fit the actual binding on there and let it dry.
And
then I can tool the back of this and tool the back cantle, or the cantle binding. And then we're getting close, you guys. We're getting close. Yeah, then I can tool the swells.
You'll be done next week?
No, I won't. This, I'll tell you, up to this point, everything went pretty quick, but now things slow down. Like today, it took all day to lace this, you know.
Work is always 80% of the time.
we're down to fit and finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Friday.
All right, and I thank you guys.
We'll see you next week.
See you Wednesday.